So the time right now you're looking at this is about 5 o'clock p.m. Everyone in the world already knows what the announcement is. If you're new to the channel, I usually do this when an announcement drops. I stay clear. I have no clue what it is. This is my real 100% raw reaction. Now, before we actually get to that part, this announcement was far bigger than I think anyone was expecting. Sure, we all heard rumbles of The Last of Us coming to the event. If we dive deeper, there are some key moments of why this announcement is probably one of the most important ones that we're going to get for this year. Now, this Last of Us is based on the video game, although pretty much the show was 5% based upon the video game itself, so you can kind of say it's a win-win situation for everybody who's going to Halloween Horror Nights this year. This is the first time we actually have a video game property at the event in over 9 years. Yes, way back at Halloween Horror Nights 23, we had Resident Evil. Now, this house was okay in my opinion. Not the best, not the worst, but it did so poorly that Halloween Horror Nights stayed clear of any video game properties for years to come. So this is a very key moment. If this house is a slam dunk, this could open the floodgates for more properties to come into the future. Now, also in this video, we are introduced to basically our characters for this year. Seemingly much like what we had last year with the connection between all of the Scream Squad that was going to the event of Halloween Horror Nights later on. We were introduced from each character and how they were basically announcing an IP featuring these characters that we saw. Now, the first one was our character who introduced Universal Monsters Legends Collide, which the character that he is talking to in that video on the phone led to Halloween. And there was another character mentioned who shows up into Horrors of Blumhouse. Now we can see our list of characters for this time around is Jordan, who is introducing obviously The Last of Us. Then we have Drew and we have Sophia. Now this could mean that there is just 3 IPs this year, or there could be another character that gets introduced and then we have 4 IPs. But nonetheless, really study the video. I'm telling you folks, there's Easter eggs all throughout the video. Now, believe it or not, there was so many things featured in this one video. I mean, so much that I can probably do a separate video of going over everything. Number one, did you notice how in the background there was mushrooms everywhere? That was really, really cool. Lots of Easter eggs about mushrooms because they call them mushroom heads, the clickers, you know, the head looks like a mushroom. But there was a lot of little Easter eggs to mushrooms, as well as the poster on the wall in the very first scene that you can read a little later on because the image is kind of backwards because of the laptop. But it says, good energy is contagious. Contagious, you know, because like the clickers, they bite you. You become sort of a part of their world, clickers, much like zombies. So that was kind of cool to see there was nods there. It's about them sort of understanding what the legend is and if it's true, whatever that legend is.
You'd think I'd be used to them by now.
Thanks for paying attention, Jordy.
Sorry.
All right, just skip to exactly 32 seconds in the video and
Another conspiracy theory? There's no...
We'll be talking about a conspiracy over 2 decades in the making.
And what is with that mystery, satanic-ish druid message thing that kind of popped up? I tried my best to clean it up for you guys. If you have any clue of this, leave it down in the comment section because I am kind of stumped.
Hey, are you guys seeing this?
And to note, our first announcement was Chucky felt very disconnected from the overall marketing scheme and how everything's connected with the legend, and even the beginning of this announcement video where you have the Halloween Horror Nights kind of doing the glitching, and then on her laptop screen during the hangout session there's that glitchy and the symbols that we've seen before advertised for this year's event as far as the marketing. Also, speaking of, anybody remember how last year they had this relationship with Peacock? Well, it's happening again and it's updated on the website. Not a lot of people are talking about this, but if you buy a single night's ticket, you actually get access to Peacock for 6 months, which means, you know, when the spookiness kicks off, you can enjoy lots of good horror films on there, as well as all my Five Nights at Freddy's fans out there. You will be able to watch this right on Peacock as it releases in the theater same day. So why not? If you're already buying a ticket, why not enjoy Peacock? Because they have some decent horror on there. Why not? Now, while I can't go into details of how I know this stuff, I've heard The Last of Us is supposed to be quite a scary house. And it's supposed to have a very large cast, which if a large cast means lots of clickers, it's going to be full of scares. Sign me